Welcome back, everybody. It's been a while since we've played this. It's been about a while. I mean, it's been 2, 3 days. I think the last time we played it was Monday. No, wait, it was Tuesday. So it'd been about 3 days. For those of you on YouTube, the most recent live stream of Genshin, at least, should be up, whereas the most recent stream of Honkai Star Rail got taken down. I did compress the file and re-upload it, so you can watch it on this stream in its entirety. But it'll be on Twitch TV and it'll be in videos. It will not be in broadcasts. So I have removed the previous live stream just because it got broken up, and I don't like it when it gets broken up into like 7 or 8 videos and we lose like a minute of footage in between each of them. So it's just better to watch the full thing if you want to watch the full thing. Or if you want to watch a more condensed and edited down version, it'll be on YouTube. I'm going to split that stream into 2 videos, I think. And that'll be on the channel shortly. Although, by the time you see this video, if you're watching this video on YouTube, it'll have already been out. Last little thing before we talk about anything else is the live stream goal for February is still going. Get in while you can, while you have the chance. If you want to see me shave my beard live. And one last thing, and I promise this is the last thing, about the Genshin boycott. Technically, I'm not participating in the boycott. A, because a boycott doesn't achieve anything from me contributing if I already wasn't really contributing. The only thing I'm doing that helps Hoyo at this point is, since I have stopped spending money on Hoyo games, it just means that my playing the game is giving free advertising, and that is the only thing that I can do, that I'm doing, and I'm mostly doing it out of habit, not out of really want or need. I could boycott it, but I just want to do the time limited event, and I could just record it off stream and then post it later, and if people want me to do that, I would have done that. They would have mentioned it to me in the comments, and they would have mentioned it to me in my Discord chat. But people have told me they want me to keep getting the content out because it doesn't really matter too much to them. So for those of you who are boycotting the game, I am technically not supporting you, but at the same time, I'm not going to pull on anything. I'm not going to spend money. If Hoyo wants more revenue from me, they have to make it worth my while. And the game has not been worth my while for spending in a long time. And for those wondering what's going on the game scene, we're just in a loading screen still. And I think the game might actually crash. Soldapop put out a video recently talking about Genshin's revenue. There might be some questionable inaccuracies in it, but it does show that they might be bootstrapping. I don't want to confirm anything, and I don't want to put misinformation out there, but you can go watch their video if you want more information on that, as well as more information on the boycott movement that they're doing. Those people are doing a sit-in boycott. I personally don't think that that's beneficial. It's definitely going to raise awareness, so if you want to do it to raise awareness, that's fine. People are unhappy, and as long as people know that people are unhappy with the game, that's fine. Me, I'm honestly content with what the game is offering. Is there more I want with the game? Sure. I think the domain locking behind certain ARs and the domain locking behind certain days of the week is terrible. And that is the reason why I stopped purchasing, stopped putting money into the game a long time ago, is because if I do get a new character, like I pulled Farina, and then which I kind of didn't want to do, in all honesty. I just had all of the fates saved up, so I used them. And I can't and haven't started building her just because I don't have the time. Because I would need to look up what materials she needs, and they're only going to be locked on a specific day of the week. And unless they're on the 2 or 3 days of the week that I play, which is like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and if I want to play another game, then, which I do play other games. We play Lost Branch, we play Trench Wars, I play Hunt with my friends, and World of Warships and other stuff. I play other games. I can't dedicate my full life to one game. And because I can't dedicate my full life to one game, I just can't level up characters anymore. The world level is too high. If they let me reset the world level like down to fucking 3, yeah, I'll pull as much. That is another change they could do that actually I would be fully in favor of. Let me drop the world level all the way back down to 1. If you drop the world level all the way back down to 1, I'll start pulling again. That's a change I would accept. Because it would mean that I can actually start using and building all these characters that I have pulled and spent money on. Which is honestly not that many. I've spent money and pulled on like 3 banners, I think. We went on Nahida's banner. We went on, or Nahida's rerun banner, technically. Because I was not pulling on our first banner. We got on the Wanderer banner. And I did pull on Dia's banner. Didn't get her, sadly. But, and then we pulled on, I think, Baiju's banner. Didn't get him. I don't even think we hit pity, to be honest. I think I only spent like 50 pulls on his banner. I must be close to pity, actually, unlimited right now. I haven't bothered to check. We can check if people want to, but like I said, I'm not pulling anymore. Even though I have Fate saved, I'm just not pulling anymore. I just don't want more characters that I'm honestly not gonna end up using. Right. Wait till 2 days later. Where's Paimon? Paimon! Paimon, move the clock. Okay. Now that my long and arduous rant is over, let's go back to doing what I actually kind of enjoy doing, which is just playing the game and absorbing the story. I really hate that this story is time limited. If it wasn't, we would do what I did in Star Rail, and we would just do it later. What's going on here? Oh, I can change my name card. Cool. Where was I? Between 8 and 12. Oh, I had to go to a specific time. Between 8 and 12. That's kind of annoying. 9 o'clock is between 8 and 12, right? Oh, that's right. We have to go to Mount Altsung. I should have just warped there first.
I've never had dim sum at Shinue Kiosk before, but it should be quite the feast for
All
sure.
right, we're meeting Gaming first.
And that's Paimon's stomach right on cue telling her it's time to go find Gaming. Let's go!
I keep forgetting this is where Shinue Kiosk is. Just climb onto the doors like Spider-Man every time you want to enter a building. I think it's funny they let us climb on doors at all.
You're here early. I just ordered. The food should be out in a second. Sit down, sit down.
That sounds like we're on time, not like we're early. Or like we're late, even.
Let's all take a seat!
Because traditionally, you show up before you order anything to a meeting for food.
Here, hand me your cups.
Oh, thank you!
Why do you look like
Wait,
that?
you weren't supposed to drink that, Paimon.
Was it water?
That was for you to rinse your utensils.
What? I know that's a thing, but normally they put that off to the side, right?
That's a thing?
Piping hot dim sum dishes, one after the other. Just when you think all the dishes have been delivered, the hostess brings over a generous bowl of seafood congee.
Wow, so much delicious food. Do you really eat all this just for breakfast?
I might have to find footage of that so I can make a thumbnail out of that. Also, minor quality of life. I would like to be able to hide the text so I can take screenshots of stuff like this.
That's just how we do it where I'm from. Most of the time, though, I don't eat lunch after dim sum.
Oh, that's good to hear. Paimon doesn't need to worry about holding back then.
Eat, eat. If it's not enough, we can always order more. Oh, and there's tong soy coming as well. I don't usually have that in the morning, but, well, since everyone's here, I just had to order it.
I just realized that because we're in Liyue again, I wonder if chronologically we spend like fucking 8 years in Liyue before we go to Inazuma, because we have the orange yellow glow on the character model in this this CG again.
What about you, traveler? Is the food to your liking? Want some more seafood congee? Let me refill your bowl.
That'd be great, thanks.
Paimon's gonna take you up on that. Fill it up nice and full and make sure she gets a few extra shrimp. Thanks!
I love seafood, seaweed congee. I also love shrimp. I'm a big fan of shrimp. Picks up their chopsticks, begin to dig in. Each dish tastes exquisite, uniquely flavorful. You slowly start to relax and enjoy your pleasant conversation after over a satisfying meal. This goes on until even Paimon can't eat another bite. God, we were here for a while, weren't we?
So full. That meal was so satisfying, it even gave Paimon some extra brain juice.
What? Extra brain juice?
Oh, listen. Paimon's figured it out.
Figured what out?
Let's think about this for a second, Gaming. You invited us to this awesome restaurant and ordered a whole table full of expensive dim sum just for the three of us. Well, you must be hiding the fact that you're some young master from a rich family.
That's actually a pretty good guess, Paimon. I didn't think about that. Paimon is a lot smarter than people give her credit for.
That would explain why you try to keep your friends and family away from each other.
Are you confusing me with Xingqiu?
Oh, you know Xingqiu?
Huh? You know Xingqiu? You sure know a lot of people.
I just noticed the bitrate got cut in half. So if I'm looking away, that's why.
Well, when you're on the road as much as I am,
I
you hear all
changed the
sorts of
settings so the
rumors.
bitrate will
Sometimes
drop
they're
rather
true,
than dropping
sometimes
the
they're not.
stream altogether.
What it comes down to is being
Hopefully
able to
we
tell the
don't
difference.
drop stream as often as we keep doing recently. My internet connection is really stable, but for whatever reason, it just has these moments where you lose internet for like 10 to 30 seconds, and that's just enough for you to drop a stream.
More often than not, that means knocking on some doors to find out for yourself.
Oh, you truly are a man of many talents, young Master Gaming.
Okay, enough with the teasing. Sorry to burst your bubble, Paimon, but you're wrong about my family situation.
What? Oh, Paimon thought she was onto something there.
I did too, Paimon.
My dad is just an ordinary tea merchant. Small scale stuff, you know? It wouldn't even make sense to mention his business in the same breath as the Feiyun Commerce Guild. My dad... he always wanted me to inherit the family business. To be a merchant like him.
But you just wanted to dance. I have a feeling there's going to be some Footloose references.
But that's just not who I am. It's not who I ever wanted to be.
Gaming always seems so happy and carefree. This is the most serious I've ever seen him. This topic must be very important. We've known him for 3 days.
Have you ever talked to him about it? You know, about your interests and aspirations and stuff.
Of course I have. I told him I wanted to be a wushu dancer. That I wanted all of Teyvat to see what I could do. According to my dad, though, that wasn't a real job. Just a child's pipe dream.
I wanted to be an actor at one point. I also wanted to be a judge, a police officer, a film director, an ADR director. I've had a lot of dreams over the years. I wanted to be a lawyer at one point. I've given up on many of my dreams. The last dream that I have recently is I want to be a teacher.
Oh,
I haven't given up on that one yet.
I'm sure he thought I would come around eventually, but wushu dancing has always been the only thing I wanted to do. One day, he tried to get me to visit some other tea merchants to start building the right relationships, but I refused to go. We got into a huge fight. We were this close to throwing hands.
How close? This close? This close? This close? This close?
In the end, I was so angry that I ran
This
away
close?
from home. I haven't been back since. Don't get on my case just yet, okay? It's not like I think I'm completely without fault. No, I know that it wasn't the right way to go about things. But my dad's stubborn. No matter how hard I tried to convince him, it just went in one ear and out the other. There was no changing his mind. I knew talking would only get me so far, but if I made it big in Liyue Harbor, the results could speak for themselves.
Gaming.
But I'm sure you both already know how that's going. Wushu dancing's just not that big in Liyue Harbor. In the past, I would go door to door from store to store, asking if they would be interested in hiring a performer. Most times, I wound up eating nothing but humble pie.
Now I'm kind of curious what Gwenifen's street performer, how long that took to take off in Honkai Star Rail.
And you can't just rely on dreams to put food on the table, right? So, I found a job as a guard to make some money. And now I have enough to get by and then some. Still, change takes time. Gotta take it slow, you know?
Paimon understands.
Man, working as a guard must pay real well.
Okay, enough
That's on
of
my
all that
list of things I
serious
wanted to
talk.
do as well. I wanted to be
A
a security
teaspoon
guard
print.
at one point.
Ooh, let's do something fun this afternoon.
It seemed like honest
What do you
work.
say, huh? I'll organize.
Actually, we kinda already have plans this afternoon. We told Xianyun that we would go to her kite making workshop.
Oh?
Are you interested in kite making, Gaming?
Oh, no. It's just that I happen to know Auntie Xianyun.
You know Auntie Shinyun?
That title certainly humanizes her a bit.
Does it? I guess it does. She does have old lady energy.
Oh, I know that she's an Adeptus. I met her during a delivery once. But hasn't she been in the city lately? She's even tried, with some limited success, to change her terms of self-address or something like that. She came to see me a few days ago to ask about luminescent dyes. Oh, wait a second. She doesn't plan on putting those on a kite, does she?
Oh god, no. She probably does.
Is that not something you can do?
I know those are like poisonous, aren't they?
It's one thing to use it on cloth, but applying it to paper is another matter entirely. Why couldn't she tell me what she wanted them for?
Yeah, she does seem to have trouble with that sometimes.
It would be such a shame if everyone worked so hard on their kites only for them to get ruined in the end. Okay, I'll go with you. If Auntie Xianyun wants to use those dyes on a kite, the formula will need to be changed.
I'm sure she'll figure that out on her own. She's
Great.
pretty smart.
The more the merrier.
But she's also kind of a ditz when it comes to certain things. Cloud Sea Appeal, Brilliance revealed. We're at part 2. Hop. Skip. Hop. No, damn it. Let me out. Let me out. So are we going to Shinyun's house, or are we going to Mount Aotsung? Can't remember. I really don't remember. Nope, we're going to Mount Aotsung. Okay. That makes it easier. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Abyss Order. You know, I forgot to check on the the recording time to see just how long that opening rant was because of how long the loading screen was. And I mentioned this in a previous stream. I think it was literally the last Genshin stream we did. I do not look forward to how long these loading screens are going to get once the map gets even bigger when they add, like, Natlin. I'm also wondering if we're going to get, like, another Fatui Harbinger in one of these events, because we're at the point where if they don't start introducing more of them soon, it's going to feel real crowded when we get to Snezhnaya, or it's going to get to the point where we get to Snezhnaya and only the Harbingers are the new characters, plus some 4-star characters. I'm actually kind of excited to when we start getting some more characters from Snezhnaya, because I personally just want to know.
I'll protect us.
I hope we get like some cool 4-star characters that are like, so, just like Fatui agents and whatnot, minor characters, more like characters like Lenny and Lynette and Fremine. It was nice to see little people that work under the Harbinger.
Ganyu! Ganyu! Come on,
Or should I say
up.
Lynette
Some
and
friends have
Fremine,
arrived.
because Lenny is a 5-star. Man, imagine if Lenny was a 4-star. Amber mains would be fucking seething. I say that as an Amber main. Ganyu.
Hello, friends.
Okay, sleepyhead's here.
Ganyu!
Oh, I have some mint oil. Perhaps we should try that.
Mint oil? Try that to do what?
A guest at Wanmin Restaurant recommended it to me. I've tried it. Its stimulative effects are much stronger than what can be achieved from chewing on mint leaves alone.
Oh, it's a stimulant.
Apologies in advance.
Isn't Shuyu supposed to be here?
Wait! Shenhe? Not there!
You see Shenhe take out a small green bottle, extract some minty-smelling liquid, and apply it to Ganyu's horns. Yao Yao and Paimon look on in shock, mouths agape, but cannot stop her in time. What did you do? Can she feel her horns? Do they have nerves?
See? It worked. She's awake.
Are you okay, Ganyu? Do you need some water? Or maybe something to eat?
I keep forgetting that those are bells on Yayao's and not her hair.
I'm fine. I just feel chilly all over.
She just poured fucking oil on your head.
Huh. Was it that effective?
Chilly, huh? Master always says a cool head leads to a calm heart. So, does this mean that heat's what we need to help you, Ganyu? Paimon doesn't think that's what the expression means exactly.
I'm not really sure. I don't follow either.
I feel a bit better now.
We need some coffee is what we need here. Or like maybe some caffeinated iced lemon tea from Panera Bread. That'll get the heart pumping. People die from that.
Was I asleep? Must have been around the time I usually take my midday nap.
Did you not sleep last night? That does seem to happen to you often. Perhaps you should come work at Wanmin Restaurant with me. We get off at 10 on the dot every night without fail.
I could never.
You could never? You have something about working in the food service? I mean, I get it. I kind of hate my job in working in food service.
I'm sorry. I seem to have missed your name. You are...
I'm Gaming.
Me? My name is Gaming. I work as a guard for the Secure Transport Agency.
Gaming. The name sounds familiar. I believe I've heard your name mentioned around the Ministry of Civil Affairs. People tell me you're an extremely enthusiastic worker, and you are very generous with your help.
Well, you know me. Or, I guess you don't.
She works for the government. Your name might have shown up on a paper or two.
My name is Ganyu. This is Shenhe, and this is Yao Yao.
It's an honor to finally meet you all. Oh, you must be here for Auntie Xianyun's kite-making workshop, right?
Yes. I have neither made nor flown a kite before. As long as Master is willing to teach, I am willing to learn.
I remember you expressed excitement to possibly put a lantern out last year.
Me too. I want to participate in the kite flying competition with my best friend. Plus, it's more meaningful if you make the kite yourself, right? Your best friend didn't come with you? Well, Chi-Chi's been super busy helping Dr. Baiju lately. I'll meet up with her later and give her a huge surprise.
I keep forgetting that you two are friends.
Oh, I also brought bandages and ointment with me today. It's easy to cut yourself when working with bamboo, so I thought I should come prepared.
Yeah, that shit splinters.
Wow, you're really thoughtful.
As for myself, I'm afraid I lack some of my companion's enthusiasm.
You can say that again.
I was originally planning to buy a ready-made kite and just enjoy the festive city atmosphere with everyone. But Cloud Retainer is always going out of her way to look after her juniors, wanting us to have the best there is. She always puts us before herself.
Man, she is making no effort to pretend that Xianyun is trying to keep a low profile, huh? Just automatically spitting out that Xianyun is Cloud Retainer in front of a person you've never met before.
It was so thoughtful of her to arrange this workshop, so I simply couldn't let such consideration go to waste. My motivation for being here might be a little different, yes, but I'm ready to put in just as much effort as everyone else.
Don't work too hard. You have a bad habit of working too hard. You hang out with Kaching too much.
Well, we're all here, but where the heck is Xianyun? Shouldn't she be here by now?
Who is it that speaks of oneself in such an ill-tempered tone?
Oh, come on! You clearly heard Paimon!
Master stopped to buy grilled tigerfish to share with
She
everyone.
was here too.
Come get it while it's still warm.
I'm glad that they gave her a unique outfit, so that she's at least differentiated from other NPCs.
Oh, Paimon, sorry, Miss Illuminated Bird! Paimon always knew you were the smartest, coolest, and prettiest Adeptus. Someone as wonderful as you is sure to have brought enough for Paimon as well, right?
Oh, Paimon's got the stars in her eyes, I just realized. Also, Guizhong who? Cloud Retainer sits down in her bag, so Shiyu hands out grilled fish as everyone begins to talk. Lively conversation fills the usually tranquil environment of Mount Otsung.
So delicious. Paimon's life is complete.
It appears that we've ended up with quite a few participants indeed. Go ahead and divide yourselves into small groups. The materials are over here. The regular dyes and luminescent ones have been clearly marked. Use them as you see fit.
Are we going to let her know about the luminescent dyes?
As for how to make the kite, one assumes you all made sure to listen to the instructions one provided while we were eating. Yes? Are there any questions?
Oh, I assume we told her while we were eating.
Paimon may have focused a little too hard on the eating and less on the listening.
You can just help out.
Paimon knew she could count on you, Traveler.
I got your back.
One will wait under this tree and avail oneself of the cool air while one digests. Do not hesitate to seek one's company if you have any trouble, questions, or simply want to chat.
We're not in any hurry to get started. Why don't we go see what the others are up to?
Alright, let's check in on everybody.
Auntie Cloud Retainer, look! Am I doing it right?
Very good. Your frame is nice and sturdy. This design, is it a finch?
It kind of looks like a bird.
Yep.
Oh, that's cute.
One is looking forward to seeing your finished product.
What color are you going to make it, Yao Yao? I haven't decided yet. If I make it blue, it'll be more like my friends. But if I make it gold, it'll be more like me.
Why don't you make it red to contrast the sky more?
If you are asking for one's own opinion, one would advise choosing gold. When giving a gift, the key consideration is the recipient's feelings, is it not? One imagines your friend would much prefer a kite that reminds them of you.
Oh, hey, I never
That's a very
told you the
interesting
kite
way
was
of
for
putting it,
Chi-Chi.
actually.
How did you know?
With age comes wisdom, child.
Also, you
One
just said it was
simply
for a
has
friend and
way
your
of
friend was
knowing
Chi-Chi.
things.
It's a process of elimination.
Oh, cool.
Deductive reasoning. Or
Thanks,
is that
Fancy
inductive
Cloud
reasoning? I get the
Retainer.
two mixed up all the time.
I'm gonna start painting it gold right now.
Good.
I would have painted
One
it
will
green,
watch.
personally. Or purple, because I like purple.
You two seem strangely unoccupied.
I wish
One
I
was
had a
under the
Chi-Chi. I don't
impression
have a
that
Chi-Chi.
one was supposed to be doing the relaxing. Is your kite finished?
Oh, we actually haven't started.
He went off.
But we're going to start, right now.
Let's go. Make a kite. Hammer. No. It's chicken on Shuyu.
Hey, Gaming, want to team up?
Huh? I have to participate? I thought I'd be done for the day after adjusting the die formula.
Okay, so we did do that during lunch.
You're that unenthused by kite making, huh? That doesn't seem like you.
No, it's not that. It's just... it would take too long to explain. I guess I'll just make one then. What shape should we go with? How about a butterfly?
Butterfly sounds fun. Butterfly symbolizes the desire for freedom. Perhaps that's what Gaming is searching for.
What do you think, Shuyu? Is there a particular design you want?
I want a Swanee.
A Swanee.
That might be a little hard to pull off.
True, but I still want to try. They're super cute.
What's a Swanee?
Okay, it's decided then.
Is it like a fish? Frog. Oh, it disappeared. Okay.
Shenhe, it would be great if you could refrain from putting things on my horns from now on. They're really quite sensitive.
She can feel with them, so she does have nerves on her horns.
I see.
Note to self, do not grab the
My
horns.
apologies. I shall remember that in the future.
Thank you. No harm done.
I guess they're technically bones. I guess that makes sense. You could probably feel them, or at least the vibrations through them.
Good.
Because teeth don't have nerves. But I can still feel with them, kind of. Like, you don't feel with your fingernail, is what I thought. I thought it was something similar to that.
Could I touch them just once more, though? No oil or anything this time. I've just always wondered what Miss Ganyu's horns feel like.
They kind of look shiny. I kind of imagine that they look smooth along those red grooves, and then on the darker side, I imagine it's a little rougher.
Huh? Please, I told you, just call me Ganyu. Well, alright. Just be gentle.
Because it almost looks like a gemstone on the red part.
Firm to the touch with no discernible temperature.
Oh no, we're reading minds again.
Not unlike certain medicinal plants I've eaten before.
Do not eat the horns.
Still, Ganyu appears to be shaking like a cat whose whiskers have just been touched. I should stop.
Look at her learning social cues.
I see. Then I'll apply the oil to your forehead next time.
Oh, no need. I'll just refrain from taking afternoon naps outdoors.
Ganyu not taking naps outdoors? God. Times are changing.
Anyway, we should probably get started on our kite. It won't be long before Cloud Retainer comes to check on our progress. Perhaps we should just choose the most traditional style.
Okay.
Well, they seem to be getting along swimmingly.
Why wouldn't they?
Let's not disturb them. We should get started on our kite now. Let's go.
The scissor-tailed swallow sure takes a lot of curved bamboo rods to build.
Ugh. It broke.
I just remembered how strong Shenhe is, and this might actually be an ordeal for her. We need an expert. We need to get Noelle in here.
Gaming, can I do the coloring?
Sure. I'll go ahead and make the frame for you.
That's the kind I'm the most excited to see.
Once I get better at making kites, I'm going to make one shaped like you, Glede. You gave him to me, and he's just the best.
One is pleased that you like the gift.
All right.
First, we have to decide on the shape. Hey, what are you laughing at?
Making a Paimon kite. Ah, I called it. The obvious answer is to make a Paimon-shaped kite.
Oh, that's not a completely crazy idea.
I kind of wish I was present for that event where they got Paimon, or what was it? Albedo just draws the Paimon Lisa.
If nothing else, a Paimon-shaped kite could at least make sure you never get lost on your travels and always find the tastiest food and funnest things to do wherever you go. Maybe we're not exercising enough artistic license. Ooh, we should exaggerate this a bit. How about this? The word Paimon means the guardian angel of travelers.
Paimon being an angel. Add that to the list of theories. Oh, damn. Aether's artistic license has gotten a lot better from what I remember.
Should we give her, since the kite is going to be flying super high in the sky?
Stars and eyes.
Ooh, like this? Ooh. The title of Champion Kite Flyer is mine!
Let me rethink this.
Since the kite is going to be flying super... Ooh, Paimon totally didn't do anything wrong. And even if she did, she doesn't deserve to get shot up into the sky for it. Something like this, then. Since the kite is going to be... It's too high! Someone save Paimon! She's about to faint! Like that?
Nah, I think the first option actually makes the best. I thought it'd be funny. Imagine the crying aqua face. Or like the screaming aqua face from Konosuba. Those are what come to mind for Afraid. And as funny as that would be, and I'm sure someone has done fan art of it,
Since the kite is going...
we're going to go with Smug Paimon, which I'm sure someone also will have done, where they just probably put the Anya smug face from Spy Family.
Ooh, like this? Ooh!
Yep, that's the
Now
one.
that we've decided, let's...
I'm just assuming Paimon's actually doing all the artistic stuff, because
Done!
because we all know that
What else to
Aether's
say?
bad at that.
Kite Paimon might even rival real Paimon in terms of cuteness. Now we just have to attach the string, right?
Where do we attach it on that? Are we putting it on your head so you fly upside down, or from the bottom?
All right, gather around, everyone.
Oh, Shinyan's calling us.
I want to see the face. Are they saving it for like a cutscene reveal?
Let one take a look.
Wow! Ganyu and Shenhe made a scissor-tailed swallow. It's so pretty.
Oh, so that's what shoe you wanted to make. You got Yaya with her little finch.
Yep. The coloring makes it look a lot like Master.
If the tail wasn't split in two like that, it might even be a spitting image. If you look closely, there are a few spots where the colors go outside the lines. Did you doze off while painting it, Ganyu?
I did the painting.
Ah.
I stared at the paper for quite some time, but I simply could not recall the coloring of any bird. Except Master. Or should I say that I'm too familiar with her crane form? Even when she stands before us in human form, all I can see is blue and white.
Makes sense to me.
Oh, well, now that you mention it, Paimon can see it too.
Exactly. So I simply closed my eyes and painted from memory.
You closed your eyes to paint?
No way. You can paint with your eyes closed? Wow, the disciples of Adepti really are something.
You are most filial, Shenhe. One is flattered by the likeness.
The Swanee that Gaming and Shuyu made looks very majestic.
I was trying to remember the name,
I'm sure it'll
Swanee.
look even more impressive as it soars through the sky.
The eyes and ears glow in the dark, so you're sure to see it at night.
Now I'm kind of just impressed that we even made a Paimon.
Your golden finch is cute too, Yao Yao.
It's all thanks to
The suspense is killing me.
guidance.
When are they going to show us the Paimon kite? And
What
it's
about
all
your
of its
kite,
smug
traveler?
glory. Oh, here we go. Yeah! Yeah, we're thumbnailing that. Yeah, save that image. It's very smug. I love it. I wish we could keep it. I want to put it on the wall in my teapot.
Its self-important countenance bears a striking resemblance to that of its namesake.
It makes her look like she's already won the competition. Well, that's gonna happen one way or another.
I have a feeling that Shan Yun's gonna have some mechanical bullshit contraption that's gonna win this competition. I didn't participate in this year, but I heard in the Beetle Brawl event, she made Guoba a ridiculously super beetle that was like shooting fire or something.
Is that the Jade Chamber?
Oh?
A kite flew this way.
Who dares attempt such a flagrant display of impropriety by releasing a kite into one's territory without one's permission?
It's got the weird Fontanian device on the back, so this is going to be how we learn how those work, finally.
Oh, and to do so by making use of this crude piece of mortal machinery. One simply must know who it is that possesses such impertinence. Continue attaching the strings, everyone. One will be but a moment.
Cloud Retainer?
Oh no, she's upset. How much you want to bet? It's Moon Carver and Mountain Shaper.
Traveler, Paimon, could I trouble you to go after Cloud Retainer?
Master's going to be okay, right?
I'm more worried about the person who released the kite.
Same.
There's wind up ahead. Looks like we can glide over.
Yes, we did get the Kaimon kite. Nice, that's going in the teapot where it belongs. Man, we zooming. Come on. More rings, please. Thank you. Come on. Come on, game. Load, please. Loading time. You just gotta sit here while your game renders shit in the files. Man, I've been working on that song for a long time. Maybe I'll release it someday. Parody of closing time for people in the audience that are too young to know. Just listen to the beautiful music. I knew
This
it.
Fontanian device of mechanical motion is
I
quite curious
fucking knew it.
indeed.
Now is hardly an opportune time for your musings. Someone among us was not sufficiently attentive, and now the kite has vanished.
Calm yourself. Do you have any recollection of its last location?
One believes it drifted in the direction of Mount Outsong. Perhaps it is mere happenstance, but one feels a certain sense of dread at the thought.
No shit.
Your concern is misplaced, surely. Cloud Retainer is either in the city looking after her disciples, or secluded in her abode attending to her research. She will not notice that kite. On the subject of said kite, however, one simply must remark on the genius of its windless lift technology. One cannot help but surmise that its ingenuity rivals that of Cloud Retainer's creations.
Oh no. Oh, she's right behind you, isn't she?
Still thy tongue. If Cloud Retainer were to hear you profess such a thing, we can both say farewell to any further use of the Supreme Cuisine Machine.
One presumes that this kite belongs to you.
Huh?
Oh god.
Regard the situation with which we are now confronted. This is all your fault.
One's fault. One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no solitary endeavor.
And we're mind reading again.
Say something, Mountain Shaper. Surely you can think of something to appease her.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath. It would be better to stay silent and retire at the earliest opportunity.
His strategy is wait for an opportunity and book it.
We can hardly avoid her forever.
She's just standing
May
there,
suffice during
menacingly.
But what about the Moon Chase Festival? Sooner or later, she will discover our true identity.
Oh, she doesn't know that you guys are...
Hello?
Go retrieve the kite.
Absolutely not. You retrieve it.
Oh no, and we're gonna show up and blow their cover. Oh no, she doesn't even recognize them? Please tell me she doesn't recognize them. That's gonna make this so much more funny.
That is not our kite.
Oh, so an adeptus such as oneself is mistaken then?
Ah, you're an adeptus? Please forgive us for any impropriety.
I can't take it. This is fucking stupid and I love it. I'm dying! I'm dying!
I truly possess no inkling of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain. Pray, who could be responsible for such wanton behavior?
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery.
Oh my god, we're
This
gonna see their
locale is
fucking fake
home to
story.
Such exquisite mint.
Ah, mint!
Well, and if that's all, then we'll just be on our way.
Cheese it!
We finally caught up. You sure do fly fast in your illuminated bird form, Xinyan. Mooncarver? Mountain Shaper? What are you doing here?
You?
She...
Okay, now Paimon's getting a weird vibe. Did you say something wrong?
Yep.
It is of no consequence. Long has one seen through their disguises. One was simply curious as to how long they would keep up the act.
Oh, thank God. Please tell me she didn't figure it out. I hope that she didn't figure it out, because that would be so much more funny.
Then you are not angry?
How could one feel anger at the sight of two old friends enjoying themselves? One is also well aware of how enticing these city novelties can be.
We were simply consumed by a fit of festive spirit. Seldom do we get the opportunity to partake in the delights of the times. However, we are far from being as adept as you in matters that require a deftness of hand. No worthy kite could be born of our own making. Thus, we could only take the convenient route, so to speak.
Your prowess in mechanics is unparalleled, Cloud Retainer. You wield the wind and waves themselves. Your singular talent stands unmatched across the land. Of
Man.
this, we are well aware.
If you go through, like, the story, just, like, for the first run-through, and you ignore all the events and side content, you get the impression that Mooncarver is, like, the most impressive or leader of the three. But boy, do the event and the Cloud Retainer story paint a very different picture. Or paint a very different kite, should I say.
One has guests to attend to. We will have to convene again some other time. Traveler, Paimon, do try to keep up.
Yep, there she goes again.
We're leaving already? All this flying from place to place is wearing Paimon out.
I'll buy you dinner later, Paimon.
It seems that one's concern was misplaced after all.
Oh look, they have the cooking device over there too.
Then, should we continue flying the kite?
Hell no.
A splendid suggestion, but it would be advisable to change locations.
Perhaps your mountain would suffice? It is more than spacious enough.
A fine idea. A fine idea indeed.
I love these two. Since last I was on, I did hear people complaining about their designs, and they got done dirty, and I was shown some really cool designs for human forms of Cloud Retainer and Mountain Shaper, and I'm really sad that they didn't go with something like that. You can probably Google it on your own. I'm not going to put images up. But boy, is the rest of the gang going to be very surprised to hear who was the ones behind the kite.
They're back.
Paimon's pooped. Hi. Why are there only two of you left?
After you left, Yao Yao and Shu Yu tired themselves out playing with their kites. Gaming offered to escort them home.
What a nice kid that Gaming is.
Before he left, he said something that I don't quite understand.
That is not surprising, Shenhe. Say it to me so I can understand.
Oh? What did he say?
He said, a kite is always tied down no matter how far it flies or how high it soars. Its tether prevents it from ever truly flying free.
Interesting. So that was Gaming's personal gripe he had with kites. But now we have the new stringless Fontanian kite thingy.
He looked quite dejected as he said this.
He feels tied down by his family.
Now that you mention it,
Or more specifically,
Gaming
his dad and
did
his
seem to have a
responsibility.
rather strange attitude towards kites.
He sees himself reflected in them.
A reflection of himself. If I were a kite, I would cherish that tether as a symbol of kinship and the bonds that tie us, and...
That's a very interesting way of looking at it, Shenhe. That's actually very impressive. More so since it's coming from you.
Shenhe?
It may be an exceedingly slim and distant connection, but lose it, and you lose that which links you to home.
Actually, that means quite a lot coming from her, considering her family past.
If Gaming truly sees a kite as a reflection of himself, then I fear I understand his words even less.
Well, people often have different points of view depending on their mindset and experiences, right? It's actually quite normal.
Thank you, Ganyu.
Just like some people can eat spicy food, but others won't go anywhere near it?
Exactly. That's why tolerance and understanding are as important as they are.
Tolerance and understanding? What brought about this conversation? Did one miss something?
Yeah, you did. How the fuck did we get here before you?
We were just chatting. You don't have to butt in on every little thing, you know. Where were you anyway?
One was merely doing a bit of cooking. Night fast approaches. If you are otherwise unoccupied, one would entreat you to stay and eat before you depart.
There goes that frog again.
Oh, it's been so long since I've had the chance to enjoy your cooking, Cloud Retainer.
Wait. Uh-oh. I just realized Shenhe's the human in this situation. And if she's going uh-oh, then I'm going uh-oh.
Worry not. One has prepared a variety of meat and vegetable dishes. One is more than familiar with everyone's culinary proclivities.
I call dibs on Paimon's portion.
Shenhe, Ganyu, come with me.
Whoa, what's with all the secrecy? You're not trying to play favorites, are you? If you're ready to serve the food, we can help too.
Go to the abode entrance. Man, I haven't been over here in a while. Man, that water's deep. Yeah.
This is...
Ah. The new outfits. I almost forgot about that. They got 2 new outfits, so I was wondering when they were going to show up.
Oh, I can feel the wind brushing against my legs. This is a bit embarrassing.
Oh, we're reading minds again. I didn't
Is
realize.
the headpiece secure?
I thought she said
Or
that
should I
out
ask
loud.
Cloud Retainer to check before I stepped outside.
That's a headpiece? I thought that's a hair clip.
How do we look?
Honestly, you don't look all that different, but I think black complements the white hair.
She asked them just like that?
Look great.
You look pretty too, Ganyu. Oh, how should Paimon put it? You both look so elegant and refined. Those outfits really suit you both.
Honestly, I feel like that front cloth on Ganyu's is a little short. It just feels like it's being cut off at the thighs for no other reason than to show off the thighs, rather than accenting the dress in any way.
Given that one employed the services of the best tailor in all of Liyue, one would expect nothing less.
Like, I feel like it'd be better if it went down to just, like, maybe, not much longer, but, like, at least to where it's matching the tailcoat in the back. That's where I have issue with it.
What colors have you been partial to lately, Shenhe and Ganyu?
Lately? Why is Cloud Retainer suddenly asking about what colors we like?
I like black.
Really? I could not tell based off what you normally wear. That being said, you're basically almost wearing, like, a black onesie with, a white outcropping that I also personally think is too short. I feel like that would have been nicer if it went, like, down to, like, maybe at least mid-chest. It could still show navel, but, I mean, like, I feel like it should at least be going twice as long down as it is.
One is gratified to see one's disciple has inherited one's own tastes.
The color black doesn't get dirty easily. A virtue I've come to value recently.
Ah, ever the pragmatist. I agree. That is why I wear primarily black and gray. Also, brown is another color I like to wear. My favorite colors are purple and green, but my favorite colors to wear are black, brown, and gray.
And you, Ganyu?
I favor blue and black.
And the material is sufficiently comfortable, yes?
Yes, very. I simply cannot thank you enough, Cloud Retainer. For this gift. And the kite, too.
Thank you, Master.
I think it's even weirder that Shenhe deduced the social cue that she was talking about clothes right off the bat. I don't know why I didn't notice that, actually. That's actually pretty adept of her.
One is content, as long as you are pleased with the gift. One hopes these garments will see much use.
Yeah, they're like... I wonder how much those outfits are going to boost revenue sales for Hoyo.
Cuisine machine is just getting better and better, Xinyun.
Somebody told me that, like, in Honkai Impact the Third, they have, like, a ton of skins for every character in that game.
This golden crab's particularly good. The shell's deliciously crunchy, and the meat inside is so succulent and sweet. Paimon can't stop eating. It's a good thing Gaming isn't here, or Paimon would have to duel him for the food. You know, with chopsticks.
You'd trounce him.
He traveled all this way on account of the kite-making workshop, and he spent the whole afternoon looking after Shuyu. One was hoping to treat him to a meal.
I would be hoping to thank him, too. He's such a good guy.
Oh well. One will just have to extend one's thanks in person.
It's rare for someone to make such a good impression on you, Cloud Retainer.
One has high standards.
Do you?
He appears to be a young man of much merit, and one is not the type who would see such potential squandered.
It appears that he wishes to break free from the kite string that tethers him.
Kite string? Huh, what strange metaphors you speak in, Shenhe. Ever since you returned from one mean restaurant, your turns of phrase render one at quite the loss.
Where do we even begin? Oh, do you know about the conflict between Gaming and his dad, Xinyun?
One has only heard that the two are not on good terms.
He ran away from home and hasn't been back since.
Oh?
Ran away, you say? Oh. One believes we would all benefit from a more thorough retelling. Start from the beginning.
That's probably a good idea. I have an idea.
Oh, okay. Paimon just hopes he won't mind.
That is a good point. Is it really appropriate to be sharing this story? Literally, other people didn't share the story with us, saying it'd be better if he's going to tell you himself, and we might not bother.
This shall not do. Lantern Rite fast approaches. We must make haste.
They're that upset?
As one was contacting various tailors around Liyue, one could not help but be reminded of Menogias.
That's the person who designed Zhongli's outfit. I remember him.
He possessed a singular talent for clothing design. He had an exquisite eye, not just for fabric selection and color pairing, but also for what accessories could best accentuate a garment's overall styling.
He's one of the Yaksha, right?
At a gathering of Adepti, Bonanis once complained in secret to some of the ladies in attendance that the skirt Menogias made for her was too long and impractical, lamenting that it would only hinder her in battle.
And then she died because she tripped over it.
However, when one asked Menogias his opinion, he remarked that the train of the skirt would serve to enhance her adeptal countenance by exemplifying a certain elegance. Menogias was that type of person. When it came to topics relating to garments and accessories, not even Rex Lapis could best his stubbornness. And later...
Yeah, why are you going on about outfits?
Topic. One means to say that Lantern Rite should be a day of reunion.
You know what?
It is a time to address problems before they turn into regrets. Fate is fickle. The cruel reality of this world is that suffering and misfortune can befall any of us without design or reason. If there is a chance for young people to remain insulated from this reality, one should do one's utmost to make it so.
That's nice and all, but...
Did Menogias design the outfit you're wearing now, too?
Do you have any ideas, Cloud Retainer?
Or did you design it yourself because you're kind of uppity like that?
Perhaps adeptal arts could be of use. No. Mechanics, perhaps. One fails to see its use in a situation such as this.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Please don't.
Combining our efforts is a fine idea indeed. Aha! One has an idea. How about this?
And we're not going to go. We're going behind the bush where we can't hear this idea.
Does that make sense to everyone?
And we're coming out from behind the bush.
Yep. Oh, Paimon really hopes this works.
We must be getting to the end of this part.
One's designs never fail. Now then, I counsel rest for all, and to make the necessary preparations. One shall see you in 2 days.
Yep, in 2 days. That's the appeal. Brilliance revealed. So does the next part come out tonight, or can I do it now? That's the real question. Oh, looks like I can do it now. Load, please. That's the wrong thing. Festive affairs. Okay, this will come out tomorrow. So we'll do part 3 today. So you'll get double the parts in this video. Because it's only been an hour and I don't want to chop it up. The Glede returns to the Pavilion. Alright, it's Paimon o'clock time. Let's just go turn this in now, since we can. And then we'll start the quest proper, because we have to advance the day. When Pyro meets Cryo, melt occurs. When Pyro or Cryo attack causes this reaction, it deals increased damage. Me and my friends were having a discussion the other day. I say the other day, it was like a bit over, maybe over a week ago. We were trying to discuss ways that we could that Geo could be improved as a reaction or an element, because there's a few problems with it personally. Some of the issues stem from the fact that Crystallize's reaction is kind of boring. Oh, I have to go 2 days. But some of the suggestions we came up was we can make it so that Geo as an element just does increased damage to... There's a lot of ways we could do it. We could make it so that Geo could be the physical boosting element. Like, you could make it so that you could Geo applicate on people, and then if they have Geo on them, they take more physical damage. That might be a way that Geo would see more play. Because as it stands right now, Geo is kind of a weird element. Navia was the first character that actually used the crystallized reaction in a way that I personally found interesting. And other than that, one of the things that they could do is they could make it so that the crystallized shields just scale better. Because you know how some of the elements generally have an intrinsic benefit just from applicating, but Geo doesn't. And then all the Geo characters, the majority of them are scaling off of defense, which is also weird. 8 to 12, huh? And another 8 seconds. We can wait.
It's time to carry out the plan! Let's go find Gaming! Hope everything goes well.
Alright. Where is he? Oh, he's not that far. We can walk.
The key here is consumer psychology.
Cat. Hey-ya! Oh, he's right where we met him the first time.
Sees you've certainly gotten an early start this morning. Playing games already, are we? Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm always the one losing.
Ah, perfect, you're all here. There's an important commission I need your help with.
Alright, I've got the time. Where are the goods?
It's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying Village to Liyue Harbor.
Uh-oh.
A very important client has requested to meet with him.
Uh-oh. I see where this is going.
Sure. What's this merchant's address?
This merchant is your dad, isn't it?
Here.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very pressing
And we're in on it.
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise you to depart as soon as possible.
It's fine by me.
Don't work too hard now, Longjo. We'll set off then.
Whoa. That's the first time I've actually got a good look at that statue over there. Is that supposed to be Minogius or someone else? I saw what Minogius looked like during, I believe it was Zhao's character quest, because we got a little cutscene of it. Or no, it was during the Perilous Trail, where we got that weird cutscene with Bosacius. And Yolan's ancestor. Oh wow, we're already back here.
You're a bit quiet today, Gaming. Oh, do you want Paimon to tell a story?
We're almost there. I'll take a rain check on that.
Take a rain check on that, you say. Alright, up we go.
Hello, you must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort you.
Yep, talk.
Dad?
Oh, so you're Gaming's father. It's nice to meet you. Just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon, he's got this in the bag. Gaming is super good at what he does. Everyone at the Secure Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good things to say about him.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself at least.
That voice sounds familiar.
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all here.
Then let's get going.
A very important client has asked for you by name. You kinda have to come with us. Paimon doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if you just didn't show up. Plus, you'd be missing out on a huge money-making opportunity.
I see. I suppose I will have to trouble you all to escort me, then.
God,
Let's go.
It's killing me. This voice sounds so familiar. I know I've heard it somewhere before. Where are we going? Oh, while I'm here, I should grab that waypoint. Hang on. Alright, now where are we going? How did I walk through that village and not get that waypoint last time? Oh, we're going all the way to the Bishu Plains and Wangshu Inn, huh? Wait a minute. I have a bad feeling we're gonna see the stupid mustache disguise again. And a client that spends way too much money on tea.
We've been walking for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
I'm fine.
Gaming, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you? Come on, bring them out so we can share them.
I'm fine. Thank you.
But the winter melon cake he gave us last time was so delicious. Have you ever tried it before, Mr. Ip?
Paimon.
For a guy named Yip Talk, he sure isn't yipping or yakking or talking all that much.
This place looks nice and open. Why don't you all rest here for a second?
I can't find it.
Huh?
I can't find who
What
voices
about
him.
you? You're not going to join us?
I'm not tired. I'll keep watch.
Oh, but
Just let him go.
okay. We'll just share amongst ourselves then. Did you know, Uncle Ip, that the flavor of these cakes changes depending on...
Halt! Who goes there?
It appears that one's
Oh my
movements
fucking
were
God.
overly conspicuous.
God damn it. Are you two capable of doing anything other than being suspicious?
Enough of your musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at hand.
Ooh, that's a cool weapon.
Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
Oh my god. Masked Bandit number 2.
Indeed. Bring them forth readily and without protest.
Ah! What do we do?
It seems as if these two are acting alone.
Oh, he doesn't recognize them. I forgot. He recognizes Anti-Shinyun, but not these two.
It won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to keep him safe is... leave this to me. I'll handle them. Traveler, Paimon, take my dad and the goods away from here.
No, Coming. It's too dangerous.
This is what I do.
A thorny foe indeed. Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows and disposition.
For someone taking charge, he sure seems to... It's funny that they made him Masked Bandit number 2.
Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Away. Let us away.
Oh my god, they can run.
Coming!
Look at him go!
Don't worry, he's a great fighter. Paimon's even seen him take down a dozen or so treasure hoarders all by himself.
It's so dumb, but I can't help but find it so funny.
Coming. If he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade, he wouldn't have to put himself in such dangerous situations.
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead. We'd best get away from here, in case there are other bandits in the area waiting in ambush.
All is going to plan.
Oh god.
Okay, we should be good to stop here.
And then the actual band... Oh, wait a minute. I recognize that coat.
Youngly? Oh no, what is he doing here?
What is he looking at? Oh, he's flying a kite. Oh, it's a little ghost.
Good sir, please, listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can. There are bandits in the area.
Bandits? Acting in broad daylight? Oh.
Don't cough, you're gonna make me cough.
Ah, I see.
Quick on the uptake, huh?
It appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon, perhaps some tea and rest are in order.
Nope, no need. Paimon's fine. She just, had some cake stuck in her throat.
He must have figured it all out by now. Is he just playing dumb on purpose?
If there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millilith at once.
The guard that was escorting us is already on their tail.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, such matters are best left to those with the necessary expertise, wouldn't you agree?
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like us got involved, we would only cause more trouble.
Since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good news?
That would be lovely.
You know what? I think I mentioned it in the last stream. It did feel a little bit out of place, because we usually run into Zhongli at some point, or check in with him at some point during Lantern Rite, because it's like he's Rex Lapis. It makes sense. Just because it's been over 100 streams, don't forget, I'm still collecting apples. We're gonna use all them apples someday.
So, Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried. After all, Gaming, the guard we mentioned, is his son.
Gaming. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Usho dancer who has been performing around Liyue Harbor recently, is it not?
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani. Usho dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. One's not so easily understood by spectators such as ourselves.
I wonder if he's actually part of the plan and we were just never told.
If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of adversity. That is a rare attribute indeed.
Or watch Cloud Rotator's actual plan was, let's just have the dad run into Zhongli any way possible.
I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so accomplished and upright, you must be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
Uncle Yip.
Seems like Zhongli has decided to skip the formalities.
Already?
Well, he's a hard worker. Yes.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit hot-headed.
How old is Gaming again? We don't have official ages on any of these characters, and there's a reason for that, which I love to bring up. Which is, time passes in this game, but we never acknowledge time passes except for the fact that there are these yearly events and birthdays that keep happening. I've had my birthday hat pass in game twice at this point, almost. And this is the third Lantern Rite, or fourth Lantern Rite, I'm not really sure.
It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish to convey, perhaps we could pass it along for you.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that of you. This thing between us has festered for many years now. In truth, there are some things that simply aren't easy for us to talk through. I've been in the tea business for most of my life, and I always hoped my child would do the same. Otherwise, how would he support himself? Over the past few years, I heard how well he was doing for himself as a guard. How his work was taking him to farther and farther off places. I also heard that he never gave up on wushou dancing. It made me happy. But I was also worried.
I'm glad that it turns out that the dad actually does care. This would have been really annoying if the dad was just a piece of shit and we're like just revamping Footloose over here.
When you're young, you can handle all that physically taxing work and manual labor. What young person isn't capable of making a living that way? My concern is what happens when you get old. Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief that I was right. That I was right not to give in. I often regret introducing him to wushou dancing as a kid. If I had known how things would turn out, I would have never taken him to see those performances in the first place.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment, Uncle Ip. You need not worry.
Uncle Ip, he keeps cutting off letters when he's talking.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom. Perhaps I have misjudged your age.
How old is Zhongli pretending to be? He could always just say he's 60. And just looks good.
Your words are too kind.
My grandparents look really young for their age. When they were in their 60s, they still looked like they were in their 40s. They're in their 70s, almost approaching their 80s now. The age is only just now starting to show. So you could easily say you're like 60 to 70 and still look as young as Zhongli. It's not impossible. He could literally just pretend that I'm 70, I just take really good care of myself. But granted, how long he wants to stay operating in Liyue Harbor, but without like changing identity or form, he's going to have to mix it up at some point, because eventually enough years will pass. And say, hey, you haven't aged in 10 years. I thought you were 70. And then we'll get to 80 and he looks the same. And then we'll get to 90 and he looks the same. And then it's going to be really suspicious.
Rather than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find their own way.
Then she's more easygoing than I could ever be. I fear I lack such an open mind. I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Iptak.
Iptak.
Sure.
So, do you also think I fret too much, Mr. Zhongli?
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. Only a fool would ask a parent not to worry about their child. But think of it this way. Raising a child is not unlike flying a kite. Hold the string too tight, and it can no longer soar. As my friend once said, if your children are aiming for the stars, clipping their wings will only cause them to come crashing down. You need to let out the line for a kite to soar.
It seems I was too stuck in my ways.
You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little. Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things, like going for a stroll, drinking tea, or taking in the scenery. You never know what surprises could be in store. Things can change in the blink of an eye.
There's a crane over there.
The blink of an eye, you say? Do things change so quickly?
For someone who's like over 3,000, yeah.
Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
I feel like 10 years is an appropriate amount of time for you to switch up your disguise if you're immortal. Because at that point, people will start to notice you're not aging. Unless you look really, really young. You could probably go from like 20 to 40 without aging all that much.
You can say that again. 1 second,
or 30 to 50.
was a kid. The next thing I knew, he was ready to fly the nest.
Maybe 20 years. Depending on how old you're pretending to be.
Zhongli certainly has a way with words. Oh, Gaming is back! Hey, Gaming, we're over here!
I lost him.
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh, and Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? You're here too?
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying some pleasant conversation.
Is everything resolved?
Well, you could say that.
What does that mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I need to talk to you.
Oh, he actually captured them, didn't he?
Huh? Oh, okay.
I'll come right out and say it. Those two bandits, you sent them, didn't you?
So, that's how we're starting off?
Damn, he's smarter than I gave him credit for.
Can't look me in the eye, huh? Guess I'm right then.
Okay, but how did you know?
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills. I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to close that distance. People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start, like sneaking up on us while we were distracted.
I think you're giving them too much credit in the skill department. They might just be really, really fast. I mean, look how easily they got caught when they were hiding.
Unless, of course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Wow, you're pretty quick on the uptake.
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a ruthless bandit in my time, but I've never seen ones like them. In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow, and that they could hang out with me in Liyue Harbor anytime.
You ever consider you might be a little too good at making friends?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me?
Yeah.
I appreciate it, I really do. But this conflict between us has been going on for a long time. Even if those two were real bandits, and I was able to subdue them and show them what I was capable of, it wouldn't change anything.
That wasn't the plan.
You've seen the way he talks to me.
It's not like that at all! Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around. Zhongli was talking things through with him, and he nearly agreed to let it go. You don't believe us?
He won't let it go. He can say as much as he wants to other people, but he won't talk to me. I'm certain of it.
And you? Will you talk to him?
You told us you wanted to prove yourself to your dad. Why don't you tell him about all the hard work you've done these past few years?
Will that even do anything? I'm not sure talking is enough.
You won't know unless you try. Just like how you won't know if something is delicious unless you taste it. Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
Won't hurt to try.
I'll do my best.
You are very knowledgeable, Mr. Zhongli. I'm impressed. Despite my being in the tea industry for several decades, it seems I still have much to learn about the art of tea tasting.
You flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble musings.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
It's not like it was alcohol.
Ep108
How would
and
you
I
do,
have
Aether?
found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to grow stronger the longer it has to steep.
Well said, Mr. Zhongli. Gaming, Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable.
I wonder if they're
You
like a
should take the
YouTuber or
opportunity
something.
to learn
Because their
from
voice
people
is
like him when
definitely
you're in the
somewhere I've
city.
heard it before. I've 100% heard this voice somewhere before.
Huh? Oh, of course.
Ahem. Zhongli?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ep108, but I, unfortunately, have some unfinished funeral parlor business to attend to.
Oh, I hope I didn't keep you. My apologies for taking up so much of your time, Mr. Zhongli. No need to stay on my account. When you're less busy, let's find a time to meet. I'll treat you to dim sum.
It would be an honor.
And he goes off into the woods.
You two have a nice chat, alright?
Alright.
Should we sit?
Sure.
Okay. Let's go check on Mr. Zhongli. And now we just have to hope that they work things out.
Things through with Uncle Ip. Good thing you were able to pick up on what we were putting down.
I have been around the both of you for some time now. You could say I have a certain level of expertise in that regard. As for my role in the conversation, think nothing of it. I hardly did anything noteworthy.
If any, you didn't really say anything I don't think I would have said myself, to be honest.
You never change, do you?
Minus a few expressions.
Why did you have us walk all this way? Paimon thought we just had to go far enough to be out of earshot.
A friend approaches.
Hello.
Hey, Xiao.
Xiao, you're here too?
I've been here the whole time.
Now I'm a little offended.
A ghostly kite. Could that elusive Director Hu be coming to Wangshu Inn once again? What is she doing here? I suppose it matters not. Given her relationship with Rex, well, Zhongli, I might as well go pay my respects. It's you. I thought you were Director Hu.
Ah, your arrival is most fortuitous.
Why are we in an echo chamber?
Do you want to try out this new gadget? The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable. It's just that...
He seems quite immersed in the study of this device.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of seeing one's kite sway with the wind. It's a bit of a shame. In truth, I'm here because Director Hu dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation for Lantern Rite.
I see. Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do next year, I would imagine. Am I wrong? Or has she once again sent you out to buy, what is it, sesame oil or something?
While we're on the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using sesame oil in the preparation of mixed vegetable dishes for Lantern Rite. A recommendation from Xiangling, perhaps. What do you think, Xiao?
Are they actually talking, or are they having a mental conversation?
I've only met Director Hu a few times. I'm hardly the best person to ask.
Ah, and is that not a sign that you should visit Wangsheng Funeral Parlor more often? It wouldn't hurt to grace the parlor with your presence now and again, when you are otherwise unoccupied. This one here is a traditional kite, one without any equipped mechanical device. Director Hu tasked me with studying the differences between the two to determine which one is of greater merit. Many hands make light work. Perhaps you could test out the other kite for me?
All right. I have made my comparisons. If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I shall pass that information along to Director Hu. I'll leave these two kites with you. Perhaps you can find a few friends with which to partake in the activity. You might find it to be an enjoyable use of your time.
Oh, wait. Who enjoys kite flying?
That is a good question.
Well, I would imagine someone of your talent and wisdom is more than capable of finding out.
And in that regard, I guess this is Zhongli and his kid. This has just been a whole lesson in parenting.
So, you were testing out the kites for Hu Tao and even roped Xiao into doing it for you? Paimon didn't ask earlier because the situation was awkward.
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything. I simply sought the help of a friend. Besides, we did the testing together.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing.
Competition's not the important thing right now.
Do you like kite flying, Xiao?
I suppose I neither like nor dislike it. Although, watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky does bring me a certain peace of mind. Perhaps they're a bit like shell lanterns in that way.
Kite flying is also a pleasant form of relaxation.
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We can teach you if you want.
There's no need. Menogius was the only Yaksha among us who had an interest in matters of ornamentation and design. When Lantern Rite is over, come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the time.
Sure thing. I guess we have to spend every Lantern Rite with Xiao. It's like a requirement or something. Gotta check in with Zhongli, gotta check in with Xiao, and then we do whatever else the event is normally about.
It's getting late. I should go inform Director Hu of our findings.
How's she been, by the way? Be sure to say hi to her for us.
The last time I spoke to her, She mentioned that she would be visiting Chaoying Village in a few days.
Oh, interesting.
If you have the time, perhaps you could also make the trip. If you happen to run into her, you can pass along your regards in person.
We'll keep that in mind. Take care, Zhongli. See you later.
See you next time.
I wonder if he's giving us a hint about she'll just be standing there in a day or two and it'll be like a missable dialogue or something. God, they're just sitting there, not talking. Oh!
You can go first.
I don't have anything to say.
Then I'll go. I still don't want to leave Liyue Harbor.
Oh. I can't say I support that decision, but...
There was a but. Let him finish.
Hey, let me finish before you get all worked up.
Let the tea man cook.
Sit, Shenhe, sit. You must be tired from your journey. Shall I pour you a cup of tea, or would you prefer something else to drink?
Oh God, we're not allowed to eavesdrop, but they can just waltz up?
No need. I'm not tired. They're gone, Master.
Perfect. The time is nigh for us to make an appearance.
They're gonna fucking fuck this up somehow.
Do you remember the plan when recounted to you?
God, so Zhongli wasn't part of the plan?
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration of familial love.
This is so cringe.
So I'll have whatever you are having.
All right.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe doing here? Just how many people are involved in this scheme? I suppose all I can do is just take a seat and see what happens.
Perfect. I just so happen to have bought some Sunglow tea recently. It's quite the delectable variety.
Yeah, you got conned into buying 10 cases of that.
Or it would be if one has not been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable stash. One has more than had one's fill already.
Yikes. At least she's aware of it.
Forget it. Such thoughts detract from the present need to keep up the conversation.
Good luck with that.
Has work been busy during the holiday season? Do you need my help with anything?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me, by pinning their heads against the table.
You know, I'm starting to realize that Shenhe is not the problem here.
Are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe serious right now?
I unfortunately think they are.
Oh dear.
Don't cough, you're gonna make me cough.
One was busy orchestrating this act. One seems to have forgotten about Shenhe's various eccentricities.
This is your fault!
What I meant to ask was, have you made any new friends? We live so far from each other. It would be a great comfort to me to know you were surrounded by good companions.
I thought you literally moved, so you're like a block away from her.
You already know of my past circumstances. Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night. Guoba can't talk, but his companionship is a comfort.
Wait, that's not how you use the word conversing, then. If anything, you all are they're fucking ruining it. I said they'd ruin it.
The poor child. Her one friend can't even talk.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I guess maybe Gaming is not doing so bad after all.
It's fucking working is the worst.
Hard on him.
Let's move on, shall we? Do you have any plans for today, Shenhe? How about we do something fun?
Ugh.
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll loosen up a bit.
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk,
oh, God.
picking herbs to eat for dinner along the way. If that is what you ask of me, then that is what I shall do.
This is melting my brain. Oh, I'm dying. Look how red my face is.
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait, best not have any just yet.
Yeah. I simply can't listen to that any longer. Coming, I'd like to finish what I was trying to say before. I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor, because living there is too hard on you. If you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under the same roof. I know our personalities are too similar to avoid butting heads. But you'll have your entire family around you. Your aunts, uncles, they'll all do whatever they can to help. You could get a less taxing job, and we could grab dim sum together from time to time.
Huh. I didn't know dim sum was such an important affair, Master.
Shh.
Shush.
Just think about it. Okay? You don't have to decide now.
Dad really has changed a lot. He would never have said these things to me before.
So TLDR, the big problem was they're both being stubborn.
But
They just needed a push. Running into Zhongli as a pure coincidence was the best thing that could have happened. I have no confidence that this plan would have helped at all.
Thank you, Dad.
If Zhongli hadn't fucking softened him up first, God who knows how terrible this could have gone.
It's been long enough, don't you think? Oh, Paimon sure hopes they've made up by now. Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. That's not a good sign. Did Xianyun's plan not work after all? Hey you two! Paimon's sorry we were gone for so long. We got to chatting with some friends and didn't realize how much time had passed.
Perfect timing, actually. We seem to be just about done here.
Yep, let's go. I'll get the bags.
Gaming has grown a lot taller, hasn't he?
I mean, he's taller than Aether, but that's not much. That's not saying much. Aether's like what? 5'4", 5'6"? Well, actually, not when you put it that way. Aether's almost taller than me. Never mind. I didn't say nothing. You didn't hear nothing.
Master, did I say something wrong earlier?
Yes.
I tried to go along with your questions, but when I saw how you and that man reacted, I started to wonder.
Not at all. Certain unforeseen variables may have presented themselves along the way, but the outcome proved favorable. The plan was a success.
How much you guys contributed to that success will be negotiated and debated later.
Then I helped?
Naturally. Your purity of spirit is one of your greatest strengths, Shenhe. You need not change who you are.
You could change how much you know, though. Like a formal education of sociology might be helpful. Or like just how to hold a conversation. Basic stuff. Which way are we going? This way? Oh, we're going all the way to Liyue Harbor, aren't we? Let's just teleport here. Oh, man, I probably should clip something from that. There were like 2 points in this where I was laughing so hard I was fucking killing myself. It's been well established if you watch the openings and you don't skip a lot of the intros in my videos, you'll know that I've been sick for most of January and it's now bleeding into February. I want to say I got sick somewhere around New Year's. Charlotte!
You must be Mr. Ip! Thank you for coming all this way. My name is Charlotte, and I'm a reporter from Fontaine. You can find me writing for the Steambird. I invited you here not just to purchase your fine tea, but also with the hope that you might be willing to sit down for a short interview. What do you say?
Charlotte was the big customer, and if this was part of the plan, how does Xinyun know Charlotte? I guess maybe Ganyu does, so I guess that works out. Never mind.
An interview? To advertise my teas?
I suppose you could think of it that way. We Fontainians are big tea drinkers too.
Posh posh cheerio, posh posh.
The Fontaine Market. Then I'll need some time to adequately prepare. Perhaps we could sit down and discuss the questions you intend to ask in advance.
Of course, of course. Please follow me.
Is this person also involved in your plan?
She's the very important client.
And here I thought I had lots of connections. I suppose I've been humbled. You sure know all kinds of cool and important people.
Over here! Yoo-hoo! Over here!
Oh god. God, she's making a scene.
Huh? What? Auntie Xinyun?
She probably wants to talk about the next phase of the plan. Let's go while your dad is still distracted.
I take it that all is going well?
Don't worry, Xinyun. Everything is going according to plan.
I knew it. I knew that was all an act earlier. Auntie Xinyun is really something.
You're gonna make me cry. It wasn't an act. That was real.
She was so determined to help me. She didn't even care about making herself and Shanka appear foolish in front of my family. She truly knows how to look out for others. I still have a lot to learn.
My heart! Oh! It hurts!
As for the next step...
Oh no!
What's wrong, Gaming?
Don't tell me you're the ones footing the bill for all that tea. I can't let you do that.
Fret not. Reimbursements will be made.
Exactly. Think of it more as an investment, as Ningguang would say.
Why couldn't we get her involved?
We pulled together the Mora so that Charlotte could place the order. She's gonna bring it back to the Steambird as a gift, as well as a sample of the regional specialty. Fontainians will probably fall in love with your dad's tea as soon as they lay their eyes on Charlotte's article. And once all the money from the new orders begin to roll in, getting our Mora back will be a piece of cake.
Oh, okay.
You see, this is why mercantism is a form of economic policy that people don't really address all that much. See, people forget that before capitalism we had mercantism. And before mercantism we had feudalism. But mercantism is where you have trade and you trade to benefit both parties. You don't trade to profit. For instance, you're getting the benefit down the line in this case, or instead of you're getting benefit from just like buying tea profit. Yes, the tea maker and tea seller is going to make a profit here, but in the same way, Charlotte's going to get the money out of it for her article. It's basically more of a daisy chain. There was actually an anime that talked about this really well recently that I was watching. I believe it was the Seventh Time Loop Villainess. I can't remember the full title. It's really long. But it's on Crunchyroll right now. There's like 4 or 5 episodes if you want to go sit through that. I highly recommend it. I've been thinking about doing more of that, making some YouTube shorts where I recommend anime or where I just talk about what I'm enjoying in the season that's airing. And I plan on doing more content like that. And don't worry, that live stream of Genshin hats tier list is coming up soon. It's totally coming. I just gotta put it in a slot some time to do it.
Business-related matters
Probably
always
should have
seem
did
to
it
go
last
over my
week,
head,
to be
but
honest.
I refuse to let you all lose more on my behalf. I'll pay you back right now.
We can talk about such matters at a later date. There are more important matters for you to consider at the moment, are there not?
Yes. I've been thinking about it the whole way here. I have an idea, but I'd hate to cause even more trouble for all of you.
That is for us to decide.
Yeah, we're all friends here. Plus, we wouldn't be here if we didn't want to help, right? Just tell us about this idea of yours.
Zhongli the goat. That's the takeaway from this mission.
Okay. So, it's like this.
Great, more secret plans that I'm not privy to.
Got it. Just leave it to us. Let's split up and make it happen. We need to do those things we talked about, but we also still have the kite flying competition. Since Xiao already tested out those kites for us, why don't we also go buy one of those mechanical thingamabobs or whatever they're called? We can attach it to our kite.
Kind of our hubris might be paying us. There's a lot of kite stands here.
Hello again.
Welcome back. I see you returned from your trip. I really do have to thank you for all your help from before. Thanks to you, my daughter was able to build a kite with her grandmother that very same day. She even wrote a long letter telling me how much she loved it.
Oh, you should really be thanking Gaming, not us.
I'll be sure to. And are you here to buy a kite? Please, take your pick.
Oh, we already have a kite. We wanted to buy one of those, device thingies from Fontaine. Do you sell them separately?
Yes. Here you go. Please, take it, free of charge. The directions are in the box. It's not hard to install at all.
It doesn't feel right for us to just take it.
Well, nor would it feel right for me to take your Mora. Good luck in the kite flying competition. I'll be rooting for you.
Now that we mention it, this voice is also super familiar. I've heard this voice actress before somewhere as well. But this one I recognize from somewhere else in Genshin, and it's just at the tip of my tongue.
Alright then, thank you.
Or maybe I recognize it from Honkai Star Rail, or both.
It's done. Let's get down to business.
The smug Paimon kite. Oh. I didn't have to skip time this time. Why can't you do this every time we have to go forward 2 days?
Everything we needed to do. Let's find a good place and put this thing into the sky.
Wait for Lantern Rite to begin. There's still another part after this. So this is just the big cutscene that we get every year. Where are my two Fatui agents? Where are they?
Chi-Chi, we're almost there.
Okay. Where are they? I'm looking for him. I also should look for Chao Tzi, that cheating scumbag. Where is he? I think I saw them when I ran by them when I was doing
Allow me.
Shan Yun's mission. Yeah, you can adjust that.
The Lantern Rite is as festive as ever.
Where are they? Where are they? I can't find them. They gotta be here somewhere.
Huh? Oh, what's going on?
Did something happen? What should we do? Oh, should we get the Millilith?
All the lights are going out.
What's that?
Ooh, it's a boat with drums. He's on the water. That's pretty cool, you have to admit. That's barely visible. Oh, there's those guys. There's the dad. Oh, is he jumping off the lanterns? That's pretty impressive. All things considered, that's really impressive. That's pretty cool. All right. Ooh, here's Charlotte. Ika-chang.
Have I taken that many pictures already?
You're out of film?
I need to load more film.
Here come the kites. Oh, we don't get to see our kite in the cutscene. It's too much work for them to animate 3 different kites. Which is fair.
Wait, the wind.
Oh my gosh! Mommy, I want a big kite like that too! Do you see that kite way out in front? It's so beautiful!
Hey, there's Hutao.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite!
This is a long cutscene. I'm sure I'll probably grab a thumbnail from somewhere in here. Oh, Shuyu's kite. And the dad's here too. This was really Gaming's year, wasn't it? I didn't catch them in there. Someone's gonna have to point that out to me in the comments, because I didn't see it.
Performance was so cool, Paimon almost wanted to join in. You saw that, right, Traveler? Let's go find him. Oh, he's over there, talking to his dad.
Okay, before that, I want to see if we can find our Fatui agents. Where are they? Where are they? Okay, they usually hang out around here. Oh no, he's by himself! You talking to me? Sorry, I was just reminiscing about my hometown. What are you doing? Waiting for a boat. Boat that'll come to an unknown time. Boat that'll take me home. My name is Vlad. I was transferred from my home country this night to come work here in Liyue. I've already been in the city for some time now, but it's clearly impossible for me to fit in here. So I've sent my application to headquarters to be transferred back home. But I don't know when the boat will arrive. Even though I live here, I don't interact with the people in the city except for just one person. Tell me about that person. She's also a guard at the Northland Bank like me, except I have the day shift and she has the night shift. It's as if I am the sun and she's the moon, even though we are aware of one another's existence. Our paths will never meet. I guess that's just how it's meant to be. Then one day out of the blue, she left a letter for me that right where we changed guard. We've been writing each other as pen pals ever since. Though I can't wait for the boat to arrive, reading her letters is the only thing that makes my heart feel at ease. Oh. Okay, I know there's a main plot line, but I need to see where this is going. Where's Chaozi? He's usually here somewhere. I think I saw him over here. Yeah, there he is. You fucking slimy... Ugh. Can't even interact with him. Alright. Well, that was sad and depressing. So let's go back to the main... Let's go watch Gaming reconcile with his dad. This has got to be slightly less depressing, right?
I think I'll head off now, if that's okay.
Thank you, little girl. Do you want us to walk you back?
No need, no need. Master is waiting for me right over there.
Bye, Shuyu.
suppose I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Your performance. I've seen many wuxia dances in my time, but I've gotta admit, what you pulled off there was breathtaking.
Wow. I never thought I'd live to hear you say that.
You're serious about doing this professionally?
Absolutely. I know it'll be difficult, but...
Then it doesn't matter. What I mean to say is, of course it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's your dream, then it doesn't matter how difficult it is. As long as you put in the work, then any obstacle can be overcome in time. Really, when I was young, I also... Actually, how about we save that story of my past for another time? All I really want to say is, I've changed my mind. And much like this kite, you also deserve to soar to new heights.
Dad.
Son.
Son? Haven't heard that in a while.
I bet you're wondering what's gotten into me saying all this.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
Anyway, I know I've never found the chance to say this before, but...
Oh no, are we about to interrupt this?
To me, Gaming, you've always been a great kid.
Oh, thank God we didn't interrupt it.
Alright, that's everything I've got. Did you have something you wanted to say, or...
I love you, Dad. You're not watching this, but I love you. You're out there somewhere. Probably in Modesto or Hayward, to be honest. I don't know if he's at work right now or if he's at home.
Seeing the two of them
Granted that
through
it's
like this really gives Paimon a sense of accomplishment.
3:30 in the afternoon, he's probably at work. Might be on his lunch break right now. He leaves for work at like 1 a.m. Or not, sorry, he gets home at 1 a.m. Yeah, he gets off work at like 10 p.m. Or is it 11? I forget. I think he gets off work at... It's 11 p.m. to midnight, somewhere around there. So he's probably at work right now. No, his lunch break will be in a few hours. Give yourself a pat on the back, Paimon.
Now go. Over there. Your friends are still waiting for you.
Huh? But you came all this way.
I'll be staying in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time, we can grab dim sum together. Your treat, right?
Dad, honestly.
Go.
I'm glad that this had a nice positive
Okay.
outcome.
Then I'm off.
I don't like family squabbles. Family squabbles are the worst. We got to keep that Paimon kite for our teapot. I'm really happy about that.
That's quite the smile you've got there, Gaming.
Really?
It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Xinyun, as well as everyone else who's helped me out. If everyone has time, maybe we could all get together and go fly a kite.
Alright, part 3 finished, and there's a part 4, apparently. But that's not available for us right now. So I'm just gonna stand here, depressed. Oh, hi, Charlotte.
Oh, Lantern Rite was simply amazing. I'm not sure I'll be able to sleep tonight. Oh, that?
Vertical,
Yeah, interesting story. It was invented by a guy from Fontaine. His name is Ildison.
Ildison.
He's always tinkering away at some mechanism or another. He's even asked the Steambird to write about his inventions on more than one occasion. I believe I have a direct quote from him about this particular one. Yes, here it is. The device is powered entirely by mechanical components without the need for any additional energy source. Basically, it's a manually operated cranking device. How high it can fly entirely depends on how much force you can exert.
I see it. They're over there. They're together.
Combining this invention with a kite. What a great idea, right? Oh, my conversation with Mr. Ip went really well. I've already sent the first draft of my article back to the Steambird. It's a piece that contains all the pertinent information while also telling a story. I'm quite proud of it. Oh, that reminds me. I should thank everyone who made this possible for me. Especially that spirited lady with those peculiar turns of phrase. Miss Shenyun was her name, right?
About that.
It was all thanks to your connections and creativity. I would have never thought I'd be able to bring such a special gift back to Fontaine with me. This was my first time experiencing a foreign holiday in person. It was so exciting!
I hope we see you at future events. Like the
festive
Sub-Zero's
atmosphere,
Festival,
the contagious holiday
Wind
spirit,
Bloom.
the profound, storied cultural traditions steeped in symbolism. Oh, I almost forgot. Kuching even gave me a kite with a poem on it that she wrote herself.
Ooh, can I read?
It goes, dreams are like paper kites. With them do our hopes take flight. Sailing high above the clouds, they yearn for something more profound. Yet try we may and try we might. A deeper truth waits in plain sight. Though we hang our hopes in skies abound, many joys lie on the ground. I want to include this poem in my special feature on Lantern Rite. I'm sure a lot of people will love it.
Till next time, Charlotte.
Yep, and happy Lantern Rite to you.
Okay. Priorities. You ever think that there might be some kites that can no longer be retrieved after being sent up into the sky? I guess so. Even if you could control the line, the wind might decline your commands all the same. Speaking of that, should we go buy one? I mean, I haven't flown one before, so I'm not sure if it'll work out. Or what say we make one together? I've seen kids discussing the patterns they want to draw on their kites, so it might not be that difficult. 2 of us, sure, let's give it a go.
Together? We can give it a try.
That warms my heart. But it's saddened to know that it's never gonna last. Alright, should we go end off where we like to end all of our Leeway streams with the Sits on Bench Wangsheng Funeral Parlor Cat Lady? Alright. Alright. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor sits on bench, stares at Cat Lady. We meet again. Our meeting, we have to stop meeting like this. It's unbecoming. People are going to start to talk. Anywho, thank you to everybody who stopped by. We will resume this in maybe Tuesday. I don't know. I'm not going to have a lot of time to stream in the near future. And we're probably going to stream other games in between. So, I'm going to go get lunch, and if I have time when I get back, maybe we'll resume and we'll probably jump back into Honkai Star Rail. But for those of you who watch these videos on YouTube, you probably won't be seeing this video till around the 10th or 11th. And that's all I have to say about that. Once again, I want to apologize for the rant that we had at the beginning. Those of you who skipped it in the YouTube comments will probably just never even learn anything about what I said. I always put YouTube chapters, so a lot of you will probably just skip to your favorite moments. But this has been a fun event. I'll probably, in my spare time, do all the little gaming things off stream so that we can get the 4-star picker. Still haven't decided who I want for that. But beyond that, That's all she wrote. Even though there's still technically a part 4 to this story, which will probably be the after party. Still a little sick. I forgot to take my medicine this morning, so that's probably why I'm coughing a little bit more than normal. Boy, did I nearly choke to death on some of those fucking laugh tracks, though. Oh, some of those moments were so funny. Especially that moment where fucking Shenhe and Shenyun just try to have a conversation about parenting. Ugh. Oh boy. Anywho, bye-bye. I'll see you all in the next stream. Toodles. And I guess one last thing. Don't forget, for the month of February, that goal is still up on the top of the stream. It might not be visible right now, but if we do reach the goal for the month of February, I will shave off my beard live on stream. If we have to do it then and there, we will. Otherwise, it'll probably just appear as like a YouTube video at some point when I make a highlight reel of it. But adios and enjoy. Have a nice day.